Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. This is the Tarot portion and the second half of my daily astrology vlog, which you can check out on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. Over there, you'll find a description of the day's astrology as I have spelled it out here. Here, I'll discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I'll play another card that, in the context of today's astrology, may just give us something more to think about. So, let's get into it. The card that currently sits on the side of the page is the Five of Swords, and it's here because it corresponds in astrology with the first 10 days or the first decan of the sun's transit here in the land of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is an air sign. Swords in Tarot represent air element symbolism, and air element symbolism is about the thoughts, plans, and communication, the individual rationale, how you think up things, how you think the things you think, plan the things you plan, and say the things you say, right? So, and with the Sword of Truth on the tarot cards, there's that reminder that you can use your thoughts, plans, and words to help or to do harm. And so we come to the Five of Swords, and we see this person who may think that they're helping, definitely thinks that they're winning, but may have actually done some harm to their relationships. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. This is kind of a vibe of unbridled ambition. This person is a person who appears to want to win at all costs. They're sort of the only person holding any swords. And if you think of those swords as thoughts and plans and communications, it's like, I have the best words, I have the most fantastic words, right? And no matter what anybody else says, no matter what anybody else tries to contribute in terms of thoughts and plans or good ideas or ways to communicate, this person's always going to have the caveat, and they're going to disarm those other people. So their contribution isn't appreciated. They're treated like competitors, and when we treat the people who want to contribute as competitors, we tend to scare them off. And then when we want to collaborate with somebody, we don't have anybody to collaborate with because we've been such a sore winner in the past, right? So, I think we can all relate at sometimes to the Five of Swords, just to feeling like you're so clever or smart or even just right about something that nobody can tell you anything differently, and you're not taking like I'm not taking suggestions at this time, right? And I think it's a normal human place to get to at times, but we have to remember that when we don't allow people to contribute, when we don't allow people to let us hear what they have to say, then they kind of move away from us, and we might be left all alone with all of our good ideas and no one to share them with. Okay, let's see. Oh, we got the Three of Cups again. Okay, friends. So, Cups, water element symbolism, really about how things feel for us. What is the sensation we get in our body when we have an experience? What are the questions that arise? What is certain knowing that arises? How does it feel? And not just our feelings, but what our intuitive gut is telling us. With the Three of Cups, we have a card that's really about celebration. And you see these people have gathered. I see tents in the background. I'm thinking this is like a music festival type of atmosphere, right? These people are all dressed up in their finest fun wear, and they're raising a toast to one another, to friendship, to camaraderie, and to the mutual regard that the three of these people have for one another. Okay, so this is about me and my friends, right? And really just taking a little moment to celebrate. And that doesn't mean necessarily taking a break from any particular activity. It just means that we're going to be with our friends and enjoy their kind regard for us for a while. So where do we see the Three of Cups on the page? Three of Cups. Well, okay, the moon is a waxing crescent. It will be the first quarter moon tomorrow. Okay, so this is a time when we are about halfway from the new moon, where we start setting intentions, to the full moon, where we celebrate the culmination of our goals, right? So we're just at that point where we're planning. We're trying to solidify some plans, so that for the next week ongoing, we're going to go ahead and take action and culminate our goals so that we will have something to celebrate, right? We culminate those goals so that we can sit back on the new moon and, under the sun's reflected light off the moon in the bright sky, and we can just party a little bit, celebrate, let our hair down, stop working so hard, and give ourselves an opportunity to appreciate where we've been, what we've done, and who it is that helped us along the way, right? So that's, we're about a week, 8 days out from the full moon. I see that, and the moon is in Aries right now, so again, that's a very action-oriented moon. It's going to move into Taurus tonight, so it's going to be more about the comfort, the physical pleasure that comes with things that give us comfort, like music and the presence of our friends, and maybe even a little drink to take the edge off, right? With a reminder not to overindulge, but I don't think that that's really the vibe. The moon in Taurus is really a slow down and enjoy yourself as you follow through on what it is you've been working on kind of vibe. Okay, so that's what I would say that's about. Like, we've got a celebration coming up. We want to give ourselves reason to celebrate, so we're going to finish up these plans today and tomorrow, and then we're going to spring into action so that when we come to the full moon, it'll be time to really lift a glass and celebrate ourselves and our friends, our accomplishments and theirs. Taken together here with the Five of Swords. Again, friends, no friends. Friends, no friends. Right? So these are people who listen to one another. These are people who care about what the other people around them have to say, who acknowledge what the others bring to the party, what the others bring to the situation when they come, who appreciate the people around them. And this is a person who does not have that, possibly doesn't have that capacity to really acknowledge and appreciate what other people are bringing to the table, as long as they don't feel necessarily acknowledged as well, okay? And here's the thing about acknowledgement and validation and respect is often you have to give some to get some, okay? So we can't stay in a sort of defensive, standing, I'm the king of the mountain, standing on the hill, like just dashing everybody to the rocks every time somebody comes up and tries to contribute, and then say, I don't understand why I don't have any friends, right? So it's about regard. It's about, putting yourself in another person's shoes, right? We want to understand that even if we think we have a great idea, even if we think we have the best words to say, even if we think that our plan is the best plan, right? To get big things done and to have reasons to celebrate, you need a cohort, you need co-conspirators, you need friends, you need people who understand where you're coming from in the heart and the mind, right? And to get people like that, again, you have to give a little bit of yourself. You have to say, okay, I think I'm completely right about everything, but I'm going to hear these other people out, and I'm going to take an interest in what it is that they have to contribute, right? And I'm going to appreciate where they're coming from, and I'm going to appreciate what they contribute instead. So, I think that's a really clear message. It's a matter of regard, and it's hard to sometimes regard another person without putting yourself in their shoes. But we have to understand that other people are human, just like we are. Other people think they have awesome, great ideas too, and they just really want someone to collaborate with to fulfill those dreams and ideas. Not everybody comes into a situation thinking, oh, I have all the best ideas, I have the whole plan. Some people come in and say, I just want to be part of something that involves this great idea. And, you could definitely use somebody like that on your team. If you're trying to develop a plan to bring something to fruition, right? We need people on our team to help us. So, try a little harder to be a team player. Okay, we don't have to come out on top all the time. I'm trying to see if I see anything else here. Just some sneezes. The three of sneezes. Okay, no, I think that's all I have to say about it today. You know, I want to say that right now the Five of Swords is pretty actually relevant because Mercury completes its square here to Chiron in Aries. And, you know, Capricorn and Aries, these are two that get along pretty well. They work well together, but they are square to one another. It's earth and fire, so it's kind of hard to just create something out of earth and fire. You need some water, you need some air, right? Just saying that Mercury might be in a position right now with our sense of healing, wanting to heal these social wounds. Sometimes we learn to be the person who comes out on top all the time because you know, we were bullied as children, or people discounted us, or somehow made us feel less than when we were younger, and so we learn to be the person who always has the best idea, or at least has the last word, right? There's the very last word vibe about that. And Mercury square to Chiron is saying, yeah, there's a challenge here where you want to heal a social wound, but you might actually, you know, you want to get to this place of healing where your social wounds were healed, so you feel like you can hold people in equal regard to yourself. But you know, perhaps you've just been through some things that made you feel like you had to develop these skills to come out on top, no matter what. But we recognize eventually that coming out on top, no matter what, eventually alienates people. So the idea is to let up a little bit on the need to win. Let up on a little bit on the need to be perceived as fully right and brilliant and not needing anybody's input, right? We have to let up on that need to be seen as not needing input, and allow input and allow things to develop, not just the way that we would have them develop, but in a way that collectively we would have them develop. Because when we develop these things in a collective way, they benefit more people. Yes. And this is a social wounding. This is Chiron in Aries. This is like, oh, somebody cut me down. They wouldn't even recognize my contribution. They wouldn't even listen to what I had to say about the thing. And so now I'm alienated from them and I don't want to play with them anymore, right? And perhaps we're in this position now because we were in the other position before, but neither of these are positions we have to be in. And the idea is that we get things done by collaborating. We're humans, we're social animals, okay? So we need to be a little more open, a little more feeling, a little more kind, a little more regarding of what others think and feel as well, as we move forward. Okay, I think that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.